Hi, and welcome to the Field Data Collection with QGIS and Mergin Maps course. I'm Kurt Menke with Septima. So a quick introduction of myself. I've been using QGIS for quite a long time, since 2005, and teaching QGIS since 2009. I'm a GIS consultant at Septima, so I do a mix of spatial analysis, cartography, and teaching. I'm also a QGIS certified instructor and an OSGeo charter member. So the course session will be recorded, and I'll make this available to you later in the day via an unlisted YouTube video or perhaps a Septima course page, which we're developing. The course has 2 sessions. The class session itself will be 2 hours, and this will mostly consist of me showing you the Mergin maps and QGIS workflow. And at the end of that, you'll be given an assignment to complete. And the following week, we'll have a follow-up session where you can ask any questions that may have come up during your assignment. And it's a chance for us to have a little more informal discussion on Mergin maps and QGIS. These are the course topics. We'll start on how to configure a Mergin maps project using QGIS. We'll then be introduced to the QGIS plugin for Mergin maps. We'll then look at collecting field data with the Mergin Maps input app. After some data has been collected, we'll see how to review that data both in the Mergin Maps cloud and in QGIS using the plugin. And then we'll look at other workflows. So perhaps you have some data in PostGIS, or you want to do other things such as collect multiple photos per feature, and we can look at some of those types of workflows as well. So the assignment is to be completed and returned to me. Along with the assignment, you'll have several resources to rely on. You'll have step-by-step instructions, a series of 9 short task-based videos to watch, and recordings of this class session. So there is no course data. You're going to be creating that yourself. And the course also comes with an official QGIS certificate of completion that looks something like this. So there are 2 QGIS-related data collection apps. There's QField, produced by the Swiss company OpenGIS.ch, and there's Mergin Maps, which is produced by Lutra Consulting in the UK. We're going to be focusing on Mergin Maps here. And there are some software requirements I want to cover. You should have QGIS 328. This is the current long-term release. So that's what we're going to be using in the course. And if you want to use a newer version of QGIS, that's certainly fine, but I wouldn't recommend using older versions of QGIS. You'll also set up a Mergin Maps account. So you can create the Mergin Maps account from the link shown here. In QGIS, you'll also be installing the QGIS plugin for Mergin Maps. And then finally, you'll need the Mergin Maps input app on your mobile device. And you can install that on both Android and Apple devices. So Mergin Maps is basically the easiest way to take your QGIS projects into the field and then capture spatial data through your mobile device or tablet. And you can use these QR codes to download the mobile app from the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. So Mergin Maps allows you to store and track changes to your spatial data. So it's an entire platform, and it's closely integrated with QGIS. And it's also fully open source, which is a positive in that you have no vendor lock-in. And there is a GitHub page for the Mergin Maps project, and you can scan this QR code to visit that GitHub page. So Mergin Maps as a platform has several components. There's the cloud platform, which is basically just a website that allows you to store your data, track changes to your data, manage versions of your projects and your data, and it allows you to share projects. There's also a QGIS plugin, which allows you to synchronize your projects and data between QGIS and your mobile device. It appears in 2 places in QGIS. It shows up as a data provider in the browser panel, showing your Mergin Maps projects. And there's a toolbar that allows you to do things like synchronize your project between your desktop and cloud environment. Then there's the Mergin Maps input app. So there are several screens in the app. This is the project screen, which shows different projects that I have on my account. And you'll see different icons. This indicates that this project exists in the cloud, but it's not on my mobile device. And I could press that to download the project to my mobile device. This other icon indicates that the project is out of sync, meaning there's a newer version either online or on your mobile device, and you can press this to synchronize the project. So it's up to date in both places. This is a look at the map of a project. So the project is open, looking at the map, and Mergin Maps input will honor all the symbology that you've created in QGIS. So it'll look exactly as it does on the mobile device as it did in QGIS Desktop. And this is what it looks like if I'm collecting some data. So here I'm collecting some information on a tree, and I'm using this feature form, which I've created in QGIS, to collect different attributes of that tree and take a photograph and things like that. So when working with QGIS and Mergin Maps, the option that we're going to learn that gives you the most flexibility is to set up your project in QGIS Desktop. So we'll be doing most of the work there. This is where we'll set up our layers and other project level settings that Mergin Maps can use. And then we will use the plugin to push our project up to the cloud as a Mergin Maps project. We can then get on our mobile device and download that project to our tablet or phone, go out and collect some data, synchronize the project, and then from there on we can just use the synchronization feature of Mergin Maps, which is really its strength, to seamlessly move that project back and forth between what we collect in the field and what we have in the desktop. So we can move this data back and forth so that we have the current project everywhere at once. So this is basically what we'll be learning how to do in this course. So after this short introduction, I look forward to meeting you in the course.